Hi, it's Carolyn, the contest queen, and this is the final sweepstakes Q&A for the year. It is a special holiday edition because for the first time, I have seen Advent calendar sweepstakes or, all the 12 days of Christmas sweepstakes start a week before U.S. Thanksgiving. I have never seen it start that early. I've seen it start as early as the U.S. Thanksgiving, but I have never seen it start this early. So it's all the crazy entering has already started. Now, if someone can let me know if you can hear me. I'm just making sure everything's working. So I have no comments yet. But if you can just let me know that you can hear me. And I have a really fun show. I've got a bunch of questions people have already sent in, so we're going to answer those. I'm also going to answer questions live. And of course, I have prizes. And I get to add in a prize. Now, I'm trying something new. One of my goals was to increase the quality of my equipment. And so what I'm doing right now is I got a new phone. Yay! So I've solved I was doing all kinds of TikToks and whatnot, and there was something wrong with the audio on my old phone that if I wore a headset, there was no sound on any videos. And then even the mic wasn't great. So I was hobbling along until the Black Friday sales. I got a brand new phone with an awesome forward-facing camera on it. So that solved that problem. But then I thought, hey, that is better than any of my webcams. Let's try using my phone as a webcam. So I've done it, and I'm using the front facing, but then I realized if I show you the prizes, everything's still backwards. So I'm next month, or in January, I'll try it with the reverse camera and see if that works. Because, of course, I only thought of that when I had 5 seconds to go to live. So these are all the prizes you get to choose from on this last sweepstakes Q&A. Yes, you did see a new book in there. I finished updating Helene's third book. So in 2022, I'm going to finish. Did I bring it out? No, this is her last book. So I'll finish updating that one. But they're all available on Amazon. If you don't win, make great Christmas presents. Of course, I have to give myself a shameless plug before we move on. And I'm here to answer your questions because it's about to get crazy. I call it sweepstakes season because every company that you can think of is going to hold a 12 days of giveaways, 24 days of giveaways. And not only do they hold them every day, they hold them across multiple platforms. So you'll see them, go enter on Facebook, go enter on Twitter, go enter on Instagram, go enter on TikTok. I've already entered my first Christmas TikTok contest. They have started. I'm even wearing my Christmas sweater, and then I realized, oh, nobody can see it. But at least it's red. So I'm going to jump right into the questions. Oh, yes, Sarah already says, radio giveaways are crazy this week. I have alarms in my phone for the reminder. Yes, that's actually one of my tips. Of course, I can't show anything on my phone because my phone's in use filming this. It seems to be working. So I'm just hoping there's no glitches because this is the first time I'm like, okay, but I have another one on backup. If something happens, I'll just swap cameras and we'll keep going. Just like life, you just keep going. So the first question I have is Maria from TikTok. Yeah, believe it or not, I had 4 questions submitted on TikTok and not on the live stream promo I had here on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. Go figure. Maria from TikTok wanted to know, where does she find a monthly list of sweepstakes? This is something that I'm finding a lot of new sweepers are really confused about. They're not going to aggregates. And this is why people that are new to the hobby of sweepstaking complain that they're not winning. Because they are not entering best odds sweepstakes. They're just randomly entering stuff that comes across their Facebook feed or their Instagram feed. And of course, a gazillion people are entering those. Those are ones companies have generally boosted or their friends have shared. So they're really popular. And, they need to start using an aggregate. So one of the things I teach new sweepers is to find an aggregate that you like. There's all kinds of them. There's different formats. There's different online setups. There's everything from Sweepstakes Advantage to Sweep Sheet. I think they celebrated their 31st anniversary this year when I had my 20th anniversary of sweeping. There's been a Sweepstakes Fanatics. There's I Win Contest. There's Sweeping America. There's Infinite Sweep. There's just tons of them. Go poke around and find the one that has a format that you like, and that's when you'll win. But that, they aggregate all the sweepstakes and make it easier for you to find them. And then you can also increase your odds. And Elaine said this, I don't do radio because they never ship out. But guess what? Since COVID hit, you should have been entering radio sweepstakes because I haven't had to pick up a single prize since they started coming back in 2020. All my radio prizes have been mailed to me. So I want you to start. If you have no way to go and pick up a radio contest prize, start entering them because guess what? You don't have to pick up. They don't want people in their office for COVID anymore. So they will ship you the prize. I just had to show my ID. I had to send them my ID to prove it was me. And they mailed me a check. No problem. So yeah, start entering the radio contest. And a lot of them are doing cash for that reason. If you notice a lot of the radio or tickets, it's easy to mail you tickets or have them waiting at will call. Whatever they're not shipping stuff out anymore. It's so easy. Okay, so let me go back up. Let's see. Yeah, Sarah said right after I said that, she said the exact same thing. Beverly wants to know how to save on Instagram. Oh, and I'm so unprepared. Okay, actually, I think my old phone is behind me. Let me see if I can boot it up and I can show you. The save is the little thing on a post on Instagram that looks like a wee ship's flag, the little, or a ribbon. So let this boot up and I'll show you that. I did keep my old phone because, if something happens, I have a backup. And although this one isn't great for filming, it still functions and I can do what I need to do. So let me go to Instagram here. Let me turn down the screen because it doesn't show up very well. So when you go to any Instagram post, of course, the data is always slower than what you think you'd like. It is on Wi-Fi, thank goodness. And that's the other thing. If you have a phone that doesn't have a SIM card in it, you can't talk or text on it, but it's basically a computer. As long as it's attached to Wi-Fi, all my apps run. All of them. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everything. I can use this as a backup to enter sweepstakes if I wanted to. So here, if you go to now I've turned it on. All my notifications are going to come flying in. Okay, let's turn down the volume so that doesn't get done. Okay, so you can see here I'm in Instagram. So if you go to one of my posts, of course I'm going to show my feed. Just pick a post. I thought I just turned down the volume. Oh, apparently not enough. Okay. So if you see here, there's a tiny, let me see if I can get it. There's a wee tiny little flag looking thing right there. If you tap on that, okay, trying to do this backwards is hard. If you tap on it, you see how it goes black and it says saved? That's how you save a post on Instagram. Because the reason some companies are asking you to save posts on Instagram now is because it tells the Instagram algorithm that post is important because people are saving it and it will show it to more people organically. So if they have a lot of followers, then this will show it to more of their followers by doing that. Okay. So the next question I had was from Brad. Okay. Oh, well, we have another one here. I was wondering if you have a better chance winning if you enter right before the deadline of the sweepstakes. I also go and enter sweepstakes when they're expiring that day, and I was just curious. I do drawings, so I know it really is random. So I've had the first entry picked, and I've had the last entry picked, and I've had every entry in between picked. To me, it's just get your entry in. Now, my old philosophy used to be, when I find a sweepstakes that was one entry per person, I would enter right when I found it for myself. And then between that date and the end date, I would kind of put a reminder. And I would go, and then when I was married, I would enter my husband. And what, in my mind, what that would do is that would split our entries in the database and increase our odds of winning. I'm so busy now with different projects that I forget. So now what I do is I find the sweepstakes, I enter myself, and I enter my boyfriend, and I forget about it. Because to me, we're in the database, and that's all that matters. And if we're going to win, we're going to win. Because I tried doing that, and then I would forget and go back. So then I was only the only one entered. And I thought, oh, forget that. So yes, technically we're close in number in the database, but it only takes one to win. And it really is random. So I get my entries in. Now, that philosophy is actually popular because there used to be an aggregate called Last Chance Sweepstakes. And they had one for Canada called Last Chance Contests. And they specialized in posting, I think it was the last 3 days. So if a sweepstakes was ending in 3 days, that's when they would share it. So you would be right at the end, just like your strategy. So it is a strategy that some people enable. But to me, as long as you're in to win, that's the most important part. Okay. Oh, yes. So ready to win one of those 12 days of giveaways, right? Yes, and the more you enter, the more you win. It is a numbers game. Okay, let's see who else we've got. Okay, so what is the best site that lists Canadian contests? I'm happy to pay, but so many are US-based oriented. So if you go to my website, I actually have Canadian and US split up. There's several in Canada. They're popular. Contestcanada.net. So contestcanada.com closed, and Joe Head, who used to run contestcanada.com, teamed up with Mike and Dave from contestcanada.net, and he's working with them. So now it's the three of them doing contestcanada.net. So I've noticed their sweepstakes have increased. A lot of people like red flag deals. There's a forum called Contest. Another one that's popular. Why is that just gone out of my head? Oh, Yo Winner is popular. It has a lot of Canadian ones. That one's free. So yeah, there's lots of them that are for Canadian. So go to my Canadian list on my website and poke around. There's all different ones. Find the one you like. Because I like contestcanada.net because they send an email out every day and I don't have to go hunting on the group and I don't have time. Some people prefer the forum layout. It's all a matter of preference. So I don't like to tell people what I do because that might not work for you. You set up your hobby in a way that keeps you efficient and you're having fun. And that's when you're going to win. Ooh, Sarah said, I won a lot of cash and gift cards this year. COVID's good for some. I love it. Yeah, there's always a silver lining to everything. Oh, Patty says I'm at work and she wanted to say good luck. She's hit the burnout point, hoping to get her sweeping mojo back. Yeah, you know what? It is also okay to take a break. I have done that occasionally. And guess what? This hobby has been around. I have sweepstakes books that talk about sweepstakes as a marketing tool dating back like the 1900s. So that's what we have records of sweepstakes as a hobby for like over 120 years. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to increase. So if you have to take a wee break, you come back, it's still going to be here. Okay. Oh, that's what it's called. Bookmark icon. Thank you, Mary. Okay. No, I don't know. You know what? I've never checked the analytics because I never ask people to save. So let me just go to my Instagram and look at my analytics and see, because that's a good question, David. I don't know. Your activity insights. So I have a business page, so I can see accounts reach, accounts engaged, total followers, content I shared, stories, and contents overviewed. No, it engaged. Let me try engaged. Followers, non-followers, interactions, likes, comments, saves. Yes. So they get a number, but you can't see who saved it. So it just says I have 3 saves in the last 7 days. 67 likes, 1 comment, 3 saves. Oh, we need to do better than that, people. I also need to be posting more. I have been very infrequent with my posts, and but I was really working to get this book finished and published, and I still have to get copies printed because this is just the author's copy I got from Amazon. I need to order 100 of these so that I can send them to my winners from my contest this past summer, and then I got to get finishing prizes everywhere. So David, to answer your question, companies can see that their post has been saved. They can't seem to see who saved it. Let me just go to this and see if it shows saves. Post to their apps are no. So I can't go into a post. I can see view insights. I can see it's saved 4 times. Oh, that's interesting. It said I had 3 saves in 7 days, but this one's been saved 4 times. There you go. Saves 4. No, it does not show you. It just shows that it's been done. Now, that said, I don't know if an app like WooBox allows people to see the saves. I doubt it. The real reason, again, the companies are asking you to save is the algorithm says, oh, this post is being saved. It must be important. We're going to show it organically to more of their followers. Okay. Yeah, husband. I heard that once and I thought that's appropriate because, X sounds so harsh. That's, and I just thought it's more fun. Okay. Okay, so this is a great question. Is there an average amount of contests and entries before you win anything? I'm thinking I'm entering a bunch, but haven't won. Okay, so the key is to find where you're winning. So one of the things I have, if you go to my website, and I should change, I should change it now for December 1st for the 2022. But if you go to my website now, you can change it yourself because it's just an open spreadsheet. If you go to 5 steps to begin winning and click on step 1 and scroll all the way down to the bottom, I have a spreadsheet that you can use to track your wins. And one of the things that I have people do is they track what they won. It's like date and the day you won it, what you won, who you won it from. It also allows you to follow up. If it's been like 8 weeks and you haven't got a prize or, longer, then you can start to follow up. Hey, I haven't heard. When you've got it, and then what you won it from. So if you're winning online, and then, so I have the 5 methods, right? In person, which we're not really doing anymore, but in person, radio, online, text messaging, mail in. And then if you were like online, for example, did you win on Facebook, Twitter, website, so you can start to see a pattern of where you're winning. I did a sweepstakes masterclass with somebody And she would spend an entire evening every week entering Instagram, had never won a contest. I'm like, just stop then. Clearly not your avenue. Where are you winning? Go enter more of those. And then other people are like, oh my God, that's all I seem to win is Instagram. Okay, well then keep it up. You have to find where your groove is with the hobby. Now, the old adage used to be, it takes 3 to 6 months before you start seeing prizes. However, that was in the mail-in days. Now, there's so many instant wins. I could go today and enter something and win like right now. Or with the 12 days of giveaways kind of coming, they're doing daily giveaways, not enter dailies, but these are real dailies because it's a daily prize. You could enter something today and get notified tomorrow that you won. So I think what you need to do, Sharon, is to look at where you're entering and start entering best odds sweepstakes. Tom Cavalli teaches an odds class. Now, he doesn't have one on the schedule yet for next year, but I highly recommend you go take it. And he shows you how to decipher the odds of a sweepstakes. I personally do better on my locals. I'm so happy all the local sweepstakes are back, like the radio contests and all the local businesses. I do well on those. I don't know why. That just seems to be my groove. So even this week, I won one from a supermarket that we're going to use as a Christmas gift. Love that. And another one to a show that's going to be in May. So they're going to let us know when the tickets show up. So, I love going out again. It's so fun. So that's what I would do for you. Okay. And actually, speaking of a gift that I want to do for Christmas, Nicole sent in this tip and she said, because I did think of this when I got notified of the prize, a reminder to people that you might not receive these prizes in time for Christmas. I won a sweatshirt yesterday and they told me to expect delivery in February. Some of the prizes arrive quick and others take more time. Don't bank on them for Christmas necessarily. So that's actually something I teach. I teach people to start banking your prizes in January. Honestly, if you start winning prizes all year long and start entering for gifts, I start stashing them away. If you read the prize winner of Defiance, Ohio, that's what Evelyn did. That's how she managed to get through the holidays. She stuck away prizes all year. She had 10 kids. So she had a closet that no one was allowed in, and every prize that she got that can be used as a Christmas gift went in there. And then she did not have a panicky Christmas. She had something for each kid because she had won it. So she had been putting them away. And the mail is crazy slow. I've mailed out prizes to people and weeks later they're like, when am I going to get it? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no control over the post. So even though I'm prompt in shipping the prize, I can't control the post. I don't know. Here's a good question. Best advice on avoiding contest burnout, please. Know your limits. That was the line of a movie. What movie was that? Know your limit. Say when. And then, I can almost picture the scene. Anyway. I remember. It was regarding Henry with Harrison Ford. And the maid had taught him that when he's had enough to say when she was telling him to pour milk into the tea. And he was in the office and he said, when? So he knew he was done. So you have to know when you're done. When is your limit? When have you had enough? So if these 12 days of giveaways are overwhelming you, limit yourself to certain companies and just do theirs. Or limit yourself to one platform. Or limit yourself to specific prizes that you want to win. So you can create the hobby you want and the entry pattern so you don't get burnt out. So that's what I would suggest. Laura said she first win after 6 months. That is a long dry spell. I'm so happy that fairy dust we sent you Laura was at our Sweepstakes Club meeting. We sent her fairy dust. Clearly it worked. I really think cheerleading works for people. Yeah, see? So Colleen says took 2-month break and played for 2 years. Oh, 2 years with no wins, and she came back and she won. Okay, so she got her mojo back. Oh, Colleen says there's no sound for her. Is that better? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Everyone else says they can hear me because they're putting in questions. Oh, where do you find the most overall contests? I feel it's Instagram. I do too. It used to be Facebook, but it's really shifted to Instagram. That's just my opinion, but I think a lot of companies are doing all 3 platforms or for like multiple platforms. Like they'll say, increase your odds of winning, go to Facebook or Twitter, or they might even just not do that. So I'll just give everyone a heads up. In Canada, I love working with agencies because and sponsors. So Doritos Canada is having a super good giveaway starting on the 1st. So make sure you follow my social media channels because, of course, I'll be promoting it everywhere and in my newsletter. And you can win a $500 Amazon gift card and super good swag for the friend you tag. So, and I get to do the drawings. How fun is that? So the entry that wins, we're going to look and see. So if you tag 10 of your friends and your second entry is picked, the person that you tagged on that one, so you're going to win the big prize and your friend's going to win a secondary prize. So you can be like twinsies because it's Doritos swag. Oh my God, it's so cool. I think it's going to be fun. So that is, but to my point, that one is only being run on Instagram. So I agree with you, Tammy. I think it is Instagram. Oh, yeah. Jen said, I heard you win on the local radio station a couple weeks ago. And oh my God, did I ever learn a lesson? And I wish I had known this before, but of course I've been putting my name in these contests for like 20 years and I had never been called. I've never gotten through to play. I've never been picked, nothing. So of course I don't think about it. And, you know, I've heard so many people bust and I'm like, I'm not busting. And I think it was vault 6 or 7 and we were $800. And I looked at George and he's like, take it. And I wanted to win 1,000. So I wished I had breathed a little bit. So my mistake was I didn't breathe. The moment, I mean, your stomach's going, you're nervous, they're talking. I can't put them on speaker. So I'm trying to iterate to my teammate there. What's going on? You're like, I don't want to bust because, you know, it is real money in your pocket this time instead of you screaming at the radio. And what I should have done was ask them about the previous players just to get them talking and stretch the time out. Doesn't matter what they said. They could have been talking about the moon. It wouldn't have mattered. Then what I would have done was closed my eyes, grounded myself, listened, and decided if I was going to keep opening vaults. That's what I should have done. As my intention was to win $1,000. And had I stuck to that, I believe my intuition would have said, go more. I would have opened 2 more vaults and won $1,100. And then I would have stopped because I would never have had the nerve to go any further. And the thing opened, went all the way to 13 vaults and I could have won 5,000. But that's okay. I know I never would have won it because I would never have gotten past. So I wish I'd had the courage to open 2 more vaults. That is my advice on if you ever get in any of those games. I personally would prefer just to hear my name called and I win the money. Like a lot of them are doing like name game or Santa's Cash or something, and you submit your entry and then they call a name and you just phone in and you win the money and that's it. There's no pressure. No pressure. So that's my advice to anybody. I wrote a whole blog on it if you want to go and read that. But grounding yourself and going quiet, if you're in a high pressure situation, is the best way to play those games. Is there an algorithm for winning on social media? No. And I know this because I do the drawings for them. It really is random. I use, for my website, I use Comment Picker. And when I use a client, because I usually work with an agency, they have bigger platforms because they're more expensive and not in my current budget. They use like WooBox or Short Stack or one of those. And so I go in and what they do is they pull all the entries from the Facebook app. So WooBox goes to Facebook. Well, actually, I should say Meta. They changed their name. Goes, connects to Instagram or whatever, and you pick the social platform and you say, I want this post. And it goes and it pulls all the data over. And then you can have because they, if you're doing it as an agency, you want reports and all that kind of stuff. So I can print out reports. I can pick a winner. I can copy the information. I can notify the winner then I go open the app because I've been given access and I will send them a notification. DMs. So it's important to always check your DMs because you're not an official winner until you've answered the skill testing question. Right? And it's strange because it used to be, and I've done it with different hashtag contests, if you had a private account, we wouldn't see your entries. The last time I did it, I saw some private accounts, but I also figured out people weren't following the sponsor. So they were disqualified. I check. So you have to follow the rules. So there's no specific algorithm. Oh, I'd like to learn to do TikTok contests. Well, I have a TikTok class, so join in January. And people ask, when I first started on TikTok, I was sharing all my contests on TikTok, but I figured out that was a bad idea. One, it was cluttering my feed. And two, nobody was seeing them. So now what I do is if I find a giveaway on TikTok, I share it on my Twitter account for two reasons. One, it keeps it cleaner, my TikTok account cleaner. And two, more people are likely to see it on Twitter. And three, it gives me something to post on Twitter. Twitter's fast, so you just have to scroll my feed. I don't post a ton on Twitter, so it's easy to find them. And I try and post the country first, whether it's open in Canada or the US, because I find them for both countries, so I post whatever. Let's see, what other... Oh, and how to find them. Dave said, and how to find them. Yeah, that's how to find them. Go follow me on Twitter. That's funny. Okay. So let's see. Oh, and by the way, it's a great contest when you and your tagged friend. Yeah, who do you think told the sponsor that? I said it's Christmas. You're supposed to be giving. So I said to the agency, see if the sponsor would be willing to give out a second prize of just the swag. Like, is it in their budget? Because clearly not a second Amazon gift card. That I knew that wouldn't be in the sponsor's budget. But could they give away more swag? It would make it more fun because then you win and your friend wins. Like, how cool is that? And they came back and they said the sponsor loved the idea. So, yeah. Because hello, right? Oh, I should have brought in my Doritos. I have a gorgeous Dorito toque. It's bright yellow, like their pineapple drink, and it's got their logo, and it's actually really nice. Like it's because sometimes there's different textures when you get toques, right? This one's really soft. I love it. Oh, was it the big bag of cash by one? No, it wasn't the big bag of cash. It was the vault one, Beat the Bank. But that is also fun. Now they're starting a new one. Like this is one of the things I tell people, locals. Okay, so you need to enter in concentric circles. So find all the media outlets near you, wherever you are. So if you're in Illinois, your main media market might be Chicago. If you're in New York, it's going to be harder because there's so many people there. But maybe you're not quite in New York. You're northern. Maybe you can do Albany or Rochester or Buffalo and see if you can get slightly smaller markets with lots of opportunity. And if you go in concentric circles, your odds of winning are better. Like if you're listening to your local radio stations or your local paper, your local television stations, all those different places are going to increase your odds of winning because the pool is smaller. Like if it's only open to your state, there's going to be a lot less people entering. That's one of the reasons Tom Cavalli wins a lot, because he lives in Florida. So he enters a lot of Florida only sweepstakes. He's only competing in the people in Florida. That increases your odds of winning dramatically when you're only entering with that pool. Okay. Oh, okay. If you follow a sponsor for a contest, how long should you stay following? Is there etiquette? Okay. What I do to follow, so I follow sponsors, especially with these bag giveaways. So first of all, I follow them for a while because I want to see if they're hosting sweepstakes frequently. I'm going to keep following them. There's some companies that I've never stopped following because they host giveaways all year long. Not as frequently as Christmas time, but there's always different seasons. There's always different giveaways. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to keep following them because they're always giving stuff away. Other ones I see, and if after about a month or so, like, so with the 12 days of giveaways, I would just stay following them for Christmas because it's too hard to track. Then I would see what their posts are like in January and then determine, you can kind of tell. And then I sometimes unfollow. And I'll maybe a couple of times a year, I'll go on a bit of an unfollow spree. And I'll go and hey, I haven't seen anything from them in a while. And you can go check. There's different things of the companies that you have least interacted with. I'll undo those. If you use, sometimes I go to Twitter, I go to Tweetsmap, and it'll show that companies that haven't posted in 2 months or 6 months, I just unfollow all of those. Even if they're following me, if you haven't posted in 2 months, it doesn't matter. So that one is good. Okay, so this one says, Lan says, pin codes are very random. I sent in a no purchase for 2 pin code contests and had better odds for the Budweiser versus Michelob. They sent 15 for Budweiser and won 7, and the other one I sent 50 and won 0. Okay, it's going to depend on the type of pin code. So I figured out this summer when I was pin code hunting, some of the beer contests, they looked like pin code contests, but they weren't pin code contests. They were seeded contests. They had already determined which pin codes were going to be winners. So you'd put in a pin code, no matter what time of day or night, there was no, you would win or you wouldn't win. And other ones were timed. So I would try to enter early in the morning or late, whatnot. So it's important to read the rules to see how they've allocated those pins, because it might not actually be a pin code contest. It might be a seeded contest. So it's important. This one is hard. So there's one up where I live called the Easy Peasy Contest. Million times won a single coupon. Oh, I've won 2. And others have won many. I think there's one sweeper. She's won like 60 coupons, and she keeps sending them to all her sweeping friends because she's like, I'm never going to eat this much pizza. And she's sharing her fortune. But I have no idea how she's winning so much. Do you use Gmail for your sweepstakes? I use Yahoo, and I'm thinking of switching. I am not a fan of the Gmail format, but Gmail is the one that blocks the least. I use Gmail. I have both because I use Gmail I have to have Gmail for my business, for you, because I have a YouTube channel and you have to have a Gmail account. I have an Android phone. You have to have a Gmail account. So I have a Gmail account for all of that. And I use it sometimes in a pinch. I've had sometimes my business emails blocked. I have no idea why. And then I'll revert to Gmail and to make sure it goes through. I've had a Yahoo for years. I've never had a problem with it. So, I mean, I win and I get notified. If you want to do an A/B test, this is something I tell people, do an A/B test. So set up, you have your Yahoo, go set up a Gmail, enter half your sweepstakes with Yahoo, half of them with Gmail, and see which one you like better. And then you can slowly port one over or let the other one go. Okay, so let's answer some of these questions. Brad on TikTok asked if it costs money to use RoboForm. Yes, it does cost money to use RoboForm. However, it is very inexpensive. And to me, the annual fee is well worth the price and the time that I've saved. I don't hunt for password. First of all, it was originally designed as a password keeper. Sweepstakers learned to use the form filling feature and saving them for sweepstakes. They're called pass cards, similar to bookmarks, but they hold the whole form, radio buttons and everything. Why I love it. So I have probably, I cleaned it up. So I probably have about 500 passwords saved, and they're on the web and encrypted in the cloud. So if I'm ever anywhere and I'm panicked, I can always look it up on my phone. If something happened to my computer, I wouldn't have to look for passwords. Now you got to remember, I started using it in 2003 before things started syncing. Now things sync everywhere, but they didn't in the past. But I can't tell you the number of times people have called me, my friends have called me for tech support on, I don't understand how to use Facebook, or can you show me this? I'm like, okay, what's your password? They're like, heck if I know. They don't know where it is. I have everything in RoboForm and have had for almost 20 years. It's the best thing. I think it's like $15 US a year. For the amount of time I save, it's worth every penny. Plus, it helps me organize all my sweepstakes. I like to organize my sweepstakes in RoboForm. That way I can sweep on the go too. I just do it on my phone. And so I really like RoboForm. If you go to my website and scroll down a bit, RoboForm, because I loved it so much and I got to know the people that work there, they gave me a code and everybody gets a discount. I think it's 30% for the first year. I mean, you wouldn't dig a garden with a spoon. You'd want a shovel. So why not use the tools for the job? And if this is going to be your hobby, invest in your hobby. Pay for a sweepstakes, newsletter. Subscribe to a website or buy RoboForm. It's got to be the cheapest hobby around, because honestly, all those tools, one win, and you probably get paid back for the amount of money that you spend on all those tools with one prize. It's worth it. Yeah, there is a free version, but it doesn't give you all the features. And so to me, it's well worth it, especially the password part. Like, I change passwords, and then some of my passwords are highly encrypted. Like, I let it do a random generator, a thing that I would never remember in a million years for some of my secure stuff, like banking or my website, because I can't have anybody hacking my website. I can't use something that somebody could figure out. So that's the other reason I like it, is it keeps that stuff secure. Okay, Wallace on TikTok says, do you hesitate to enter contests that ask for your address? I want to enter contests, but don't want to put my home address out there. I've been doing it for 20 years. I have no problem putting my home address there. I've never had any problems putting my home address there. So I'm not afraid of it. And I just had to, when I was moving, I would just have to start porting everything over. And then if I want something from the old address, I would go pay for mail forwarding so I wouldn't miss anything. I would always leave a bottle of wine and some takeout menus for the new people and say, hey, if any packages arrive, please let me know, and leave them my business card and welcome to the new house. And then I never had any problems, because the odd thing got mailed and I did get it. And then Yeah, I've never had a problem with my address. And then if I got notified and had already moved, I messaged like when I was filling out the forms, and I would put, oh, by the way, my new address doesn't match the one on the entry form because I've moved between entering and winning. And they don't care. They're like, fine, we just want to make sure you get the prize. Oh, Cheryl says, I just won $1,000 last week through my job. Congratulations. Oh my God, that's amazing. Kathy wanted to know if I have information on the convention. Yes, there are conventions for us crazy people. It is on July 6th to 10th. I'm going from memory. If you go to my website and type in convention, you'll get all the details. I believe off the top of my head, it is NH for like New Hampshire 2020 vision.com, because they were supposed to have it in 2020 and of course got canceled. And then the 2021 plan had already been planned for Phoenix, so it went to Phoenix. So for 2022, they gave it back to New Hampshire, so they had a chance to have the convention that they didn't actually get to run because they did it virtual, and that was not much fun compared to it being in person. So that's how that went. So if you go there, I've got my ticket already. I haven't been in like 5 years. I'm so excited. I'm hoping everything goes fine. Margot sent me an email and she said, how do you regram a pic on Instagram? Do you need a mobile app? Yes. Now, supposedly, Instagram was going to start let people doing it on computer, but I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that feature or option yet. So what I do for Instagram is if I want to regram one, let me find something. Let me find a contest. Okay. So let's regram. Oh, okay. I'll just regram. It's even a video. So let's regram, this, anyone. So there's 3, I don't know if you can see. It's really hard to see white on. Let me see if I can turn this contrast down or up, I guess, which way you look at it. Okay, so there's 3 tiny dots right there, right? So if I tap on the dots, oh, come on, I'm doing this backwards. Okay, you see I get a menu option. You can do link or share. So if you get share, let me see if my regram shows it. Reposta is one of them. So I just tap on Reposta, or you can copy the link. So I open Reposta, which is a opposite program, and then you hit preview. Okay, now I don't pay for it, so it gets the ad. So I'm getting an ad right now because I didn't pay for it. But if you use it enough, I don't use it enough. But if you're really heavy into the Instagram giveaways, then okay, now it's stuck in there. Okay, now I've got it. And then you see where it says repost. I know it's backwards. I got to figure out how to make my camera different next time. So if I hit repost, and then it opens it up, and I want to put it on my Instagram feed. And now it just opened my Instagram, and I can just keep going. And then when you get to the caption, if you hold down and hit paste, it's going to put their caption. Now, I'm not going to post this because I don't want to. I just discarded it. But that's how you do it. But yeah, you do need a third-party software. The other sharing, that's if you have to repost it. If you want to share it, if a company says share our post, okay, so let me just see one that says, okay, look, here's a giveaway for Harlequin. And it's Canada and the US. So I'm going to share it just because I'm feeling. Now, it says sponsored. So it won't allow me to share the sponsored one. But if I can go find one of their original giveaway contests. Oh, they didn't do it. It's just a sponsored giveaway post. It's just an ad. They don't even have a contest. That's a shame. I would have shared it for free. Yeah, I don't see one. Okay, but you can't share sponsored posts. So if you see one that says sponsored, it won't let you share it. Like there's a little share arrow. It looks like this. I have to keep turning down the. So you see, there's a little thing that looks like a paper airplane. If you tap that, since it's shared, I can only share it to my friends. I can't actually share it to my stories. Okay, so here's an Omaze one. I'm interviewing them for my next book. So let's share one of their posts. That's not sponsored because there's no sponsor under their name. So if I tap on that little arrow there, I'm doing this backwards. It is so hard to do stuff backwards. See, now I get a list. And you see here it says shared a story on my, then you touch your face and you get the story. So now I'll post something fun. Open. Oh, enter to win. And then you always have to tag the company, because if you don't tag them, so if I start typing Omaze, O-M, you see they pop up right there. I tap it and now they're tagged properly. And now they'll see it, because if you don't tag the sponsor, you share it, they don't see it. They won't see the share. They will just know that someone shared it, but they won't actually be able to, because a lot of them say that you get an extra entry if you share or post. But if you don't tag them, you can't. And then sometimes I do stuff like put a sticker for saying giveaway just to be fun, or you could put anything like happy dance, whatever. I'll put giveaway alert there. There, I'll put giveaway alert on it. And then there's the little diamonds at the top, and you can choose some different backgrounds. So now I just put exploding hearts because, why not? And then at the bottom it says story. So you just tap your little face, and now you see it swirling around my face. It's loading it. So now if you go to my stories, if you go to my feed, around my face, I should be able to tap it. Of course, it's not coming up yet. Murphy's Law, right? Oh, there it is. You can see my face has a little circle around it now. That means I have a story. And there it is. So that's how you share. So there's two ways to share. You can share on your feed, or you can share in your stories. I hope that answers. Okay. I've been popping in and out. Lots of good tips. Definitely have to come back for the replay. Yes, you will. Oh, I don't have a cell phone. I live in a non-service community. There seem to be so many text contests. Is there a workaround to enter from a laptop? I don't know. You know what? I'd almost see if you can get a used cell phone, like I just downgraded, and use it as a computer, because things like Instagram and TikTok are they're meant to be entered on your phone, but you only need Wi-Fi. So I'm going to assume you have Wi-Fi. So I would increase what I'm entering by that and let the text contest go, because a lot of times with text ones, they phone you back. So if you don't have a phone, it's going to be too hard. Oh my gosh. Well, la-di-da. Congratulations. I hope you're having a great time, but I can't believe you're wasting it with me. When I did wins, no sweeping. The phone was off. I'm off having a good time. I've won this. This is what we're doing. Janice says, my son has a texting app on his tablet. It might work. Not sure what it's called though. So I guess we're going to have to do a little research, because I should add that into my book for people that aren't in those areas. Okay, so all the questions that have been answered, I've got them all. And does anybody else have any more questions? Because we're coming up on 1 hour. And by the way, every comment, I have had rules up there for a week. So everyone that answered before, and answering for the next week, then they win their choice of prize. And you can pick any book you want. So far there's 4 to choose from. I keep getting more books. Yay. And I just want to see if anybody, so yeah, just pace yourself for the next month. I have planned 0 for the next month because I know everyone's going to be busy between the Sweepstakes contests and the holidays. Everybody's going to be super busy. So I have 0 classes, no club meetings, and no lives planned for the month of December. Everything's coming back in January. So you just have to go to my calendar and look. My next virtual contest club meeting is January 7th. And I think I have booked a class before that, but I can't remember. I have not looked past the end of this year. It's called Mighty Text. Thank you very much, Mary. But it syncs to my mobile to send. Maybe not. But maybe do some research on it and see if that helps. Anyway, keep sending in your questions because I'm going to do one of these in January. And in the meantime, if you're doing them on TikTok, I also answer the questions on TikTok with a video. So that's always fun. Oh, what am I hoping to win by the end of the year? More cash. My goal is actually to be out of debt by the end of the year. And I'm getting there, but I'm not quite there. So cash would be good. But I have had a goal of upgrading all my computer equipment. So the only thing I haven't been able to replace yet is my laptop. So I've done very well in that department. My lighting's better. My mic is better. My camera's better. My phone is better. I got a new stand. So this stand and clamp is better than the one I had. And I bought a new Chromebook because I was having issues with the laptop. So I got a new Chromebook. So I've actually used it when I had to go take care of my mom and I was there. It was so much better than taking my big laptop. I could still work. It was fantastic. So that was a great upgrade from my old netbook because my old netbook was 6 years old and it was starting to kind of churn. Technology moves quick. I'd like to follow you on all. Yeah, just Contest Queen. So it's kind of funny because sometimes I didn't grab my name quickly. So on Facebook and Instagram, I'm The Contest Queen. On YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, I'm Contest Queen. So if I was quick and got my name, I think I'm just Contest Queen on Pinterest too. So when I get my name quick, I'm Contest Queen. If I'm not quick, it's The Contest Queen. But pretty much, if you go into Google and put Contest Queen, this is what you get. And actually, they're still posting a very old picture of me. It was 3 photo shoots ago. And I don't know how to get Google to change it. And I've gone into my Google account and I've updated the photograph. But they're not using that one for some reason. I don't know why. New laptop. Right. Yeah. Laptop. I have been entering laptop contests. So yeah, I want to win a laptop for my business and cash. That's what I'd like to win. Because I've been saving prizes all year long. So Christmas is mostly done. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Have a happy holiday. Send me any questions. You won't have to wait, till January to get an answer. I do message people back and give them answers and use them for TikTok videos or whatever. So it's always good to have that. But have a great holiday. I hope everyone has a ton of wins this sweepstakes season. And I will see you in the new year.